race group that is specifically focused and designed for the high school and the college age student that is looking to explore what it means to redefine their story through those inevitable ups and downs of their life. And you may ask, well, why specifically this population? And I think we can all probably agree that throughout media, we see glimpses of the stress, the pressures, the societal demands that youth, adolescents, young adults are all currently experiencing. And in order to really help broaden our understanding of this very reality, I think it's important kind of to set the stage, set the foundation of this training to really look at what research is saying. And so my hope is for the following few slides to give you a glimpse into the current mental health reality for our youth, young adult, adolescent populations. And so, what is the current experience for our youth, adolescents, and young adults today? We see research is showing that 1 in 5 youth between the ages of 13 and 18 years old are living with a diagnosable serious mental illness. And it becomes even more clear that providing support during this stage of life is incredibly crucial, as research demonstrates that 75% of all lifetime cases of mental illness begin by the age of 24. So, what does that mean for our students? Well, around the start of high school, if not earlier, all the way through their college years, individuals are most likely beginning to experience these first symptoms of their mental illness. And we see one minor problem that comes with this reality. There is an incredible delay between when those individuals first begin to experience their symptoms and when they first receive their intervention. This is a 10-year delay between that onset and their intervention. And from that 1 out of 5 population that we discussed earlier on these slides, 2 out of 3 of those individuals do not receive any help. And unfortunately, the reality of suicide that we have seen so often throughout social media, throughout our society, has become ever so present as research is demonstrating that 1 in 13 young adults between the ages of 18 and 25 experienced thoughts of suicide this past year. Now, that leaves us with suicide as the second leading cause of death for individuals between the ages of 15 and 24 years old. And so we've gained a little bit of greater insight into what's the present reality for mental health in regards to teens, young adults, adolescents. And I think it's important to expand that lens to really evaluate what are the topics, the situations, the life changes that they're experiencing during this time of life. And I think this very insight provides the evidence that a small group curriculum like Redefine is needed for this age range. And you'll see on this list that there are a few topics that are highlighted that experience really the reality for an adolescent and a young adult. And maybe you're thinking, well, gosh, it's not just for them. I can relate to some of these topics as well. And they do span a lifetime, though I think at this age, they're specifically heightened. And I think it's important to recognize that as we really know and begin to understand who is walking into these groups. We see an increase of pressure at school, the demands of getting into college, the increased competition and societal pressures, and the heightened sense of stress and worry and expectations that all come from that. You know, a longing to achieve this false sense of perfection on the outside while really struggling to understand purpose and value and identity on the inside. An increase of peer pressure, bullying becomes ever so real. And we see individuals longing to find acceptance in any way they possibly can. And unfortunately, I think we've seen this leading to an isolation, individuals turning to self-harm, turning to suicide as a means to escape these very social realities. And this is where Redefine comes into the picture.